Hello everyone, this is your friend Naruto Fix, and we are back with another epic What If Naruto fanfic. Which is, what if Naruto trained as a medical ninja with Sakura? Part 1. If you love Naruto fanfics, then don't forget to like, subscribe, and join the journey with me. So, let's start the fanfic. The sun rose over Konoha, bathing the village in soft gold, but the mood within the ninja hospital was intense and urgent. Squads of injured shinobi were being rushed in from the battlefield as the Fourth Great Ninja War was escalating. Among them was a battered Naruto Uzumaki, clutching his side from a battle wound he'd taken while trying to protect a comrade. As he was rushed into the hospital, he looked around in amazement. Rows of medical ninja worked tirelessly, using chakra to heal, stabilize, and save dozens of lives. The sight wasn't the battlefield glory he was used to, but it was powerful in a way he hadn't expected. This was strength too, the strength to save. That was the day something changed in Naruto. A new mission from Tsunade. After Naruto was treated and stabilized, Tsunade-sama, Hokage and the greatest medical ninja in the world, entered the recovery room. Her eyes were stern, but behind them flickered a hint of curiosity. "You could have died out there, Naruto," she said, crossing her arms. "Charging in with no support, it's reckless. You may be strong, but you're still mortal." Naruto grinned sheepishly. "Sorry, old hag." A punch sent him straight into the headboard. "Call me that again and I'm sending you back in a full body cast." He rubbed the back of his head and muttered a quiet apology. Then her expression changed, more serious, almost calculating. "Your chakra control has improved. Your regenerative ability is stronger than any other shinobi I've seen. And you've got a healer's heart, you just don't know it yet." Quote, Naruto blinked. "A healer, yes. I want you to train under me. With Sakura, as a medical ninja." The room fell silent. Naruto's doubts and Sakura's conviction. When Naruto broke the news to Team 7, Sakura was shocked, but not surprised. She'd seen Naruto change with each mission. They'd both grown, but Naruto's growth was something else. He was more compassionate now, more determined to protect life, not just destroy threats. "Do you really want to do this, Naruto?" Sakura asked, voice soft but unsure. "Medical ninjutsu isn't just about learning techniques. It takes discipline, patience, chakra control at a level you've never worked with before." Naruto nodded, eyes burning with earnest resolve. "If I can stop my friends from getting hurt, if I can save people instead of just fighting, then I'll do it. Believe it." Sakura's lips curled into a smile, the same kind of smile she'd seen him give hundreds of times before. Except this time, it wasn't reckless. It was real. He meant every word. First lesson, chakra control, like you've never seen. The training began brutally. Naruto had always struggled with chakra control. Even the most basic medical jutsu required a level of precision that made the Rasengan look like child's play. Naruto was used to molding chakra into vast quantities, not delicate streams. Sakura stood beside him every day, encouraging, teaching, critiquing. "Hold steady," she said, watching Naruto's trembling hands as he hovered them above a bruised orange. Medical chakra must be gentle, not forceful, but Naruto kept doing it wrong. Chakra too wild, too hot, causing the orange to burst or burn. "Damn!" Naruto shouted, frustrated, hair spiking outward. Sakura laughed. "At this rate, the only thing you'll ever heal is a barbecue." Naruto glared, but not angrily. There was a kind of fire in that glare. "Just you wait, Sakura-chan. When I master this, I'll be the best healer and fighter." And slowly, day by day, he changed. The turning point, Naruto's first miracle. One evening, a badly injured genin was rushed into the training hall. She was bleeding heavily, barely breathing. No medical ninja were nearby, only Naruto and Sakura. Sakura ran to help, but Naruto's hand shot out. "Let me try." Sakura hesitated, but the resolve in Naruto's eyes, it was the same kind of strength he showed on the battlefield. The strength that pulled her out of despair in the forest of death. She nodded. Naruto knelt beside the wounded girl, heart pounding, hand glowing with an unsteady green chakra. Come on, he whispered. His chakra trembled, sweat poured down his face. But he didn't give up. His hands steadied, the bleeding slowed. The girl gasped, coughed, then breathed, shallow, but alive. Naruto collapsed back in disbelief. You saved her life, Sakura whispered. Her eyes were wide, awe-struck. Naruto looked at his hands, still glowing faintly. This is a different kind of power. The birth of a new legend. By the time night fell, Tsunade had been told everything. She smirked and looked down at Naruto sleeping in a chair beside the recovered genin. That boy, he may just surpass all of us, she murmured. Sakura smiled beside her. He already will, and not just as a fighter, but as a healer too. Naruto would go on to learn the mystical palm technique, the strength of 100 seal, and even create his own healing Rasengan, a swirling sphere of chakra designed to repair internal damage without levi. NG scars. He would become a ninja not just feared on the battlefield, but revered in the hospital. Naruto awoke the next morning with a tight ache in his chest. He hadn't felt this type of exhaustion before, not from battle, not from training with Jiraiya, not even from using Sage Mode. It was the exhaustion of healing, of giving his own chakra and strength into another's body, holding life in his hands. But inside that exhaustion, there was something else. Something powerful. He looked at his hands once more, remembering the scene from last night. The way the genin's breathing gradually steadied, the warmth of his chakra melding with her life force. Naruto hadn't just protected her, he'd brought her back from the edge. This is what a healer feels like. This is what it means to save without fighting. Naruto didn't realize it, but that night had changed his destiny forever. The tension between combat and healing. Weeks passed. Naruto's medical training was in full swing under Tsunade's supervision, and when she wasn't around, Sakura oversaw every chakra control exercise with the perfection of a master healer. Every shift of hand, every pulse of chakra output, had to be as delicate as a thread passing through silk. But Naruto wasn't the type to slow down or overthink. He was wild. His chakra was raw and explosive. Even now, the slightest lapse in focus meant shattered chakra scalpels, exploding oranges, or scorched medical charts. More than once, Tsunade grumbled. He's got the potential, but if he doesn't learn patience, he'll never save anyone on purpose, just by accident. But Naruto wasn't alone. Sakura would often place a reassuring hand on his shoulder, reminding him of something she had once needed to learn too. It's not about strength, Naruto. It's about intention. Even the greatest chakra pull won't change anything if the heart behind it isn't quiet. You need to find that quiet inside yourself, even if the world around you is full of chaos. Quote, Naruto tried, failed, tried again, failed bigger, tried even harder, but the day he finally got the chakra scalpel technique right, clean, sharp, and without damaging the flesh beneath, it created a quiet moment in the training hall no one would forget. Naruto stood there, scalpel in hand, a grin splitting his face wide. Believe it, I didn't blow anything up. Tsunade and Sakura could only laugh. A new threat tests Naruto's training. Not long after, a mission request came in, one too urgent for fully trained medical shinobi, but too dangerous for ordinary medics. A reconnaissance squad had fallen into a poisonous trap laid by rogue shinobi near the Land of Rivers. Their lives were ticking away with every minute that passed. Tsunade knew no one could reach them in time. No one except for the fastest Jonin squad, and the newest apprentice healer. Send Kakashi, Sakura, and Naruto. Sakura's eyes widened. Him, already. Naruto clenched his fists. I can do it. Let me save them. Quote, Tsunade nodded slowly. You won't have backup. If your chakra control slips even once, they'll die. Do you understand what that means? Naruto met her gaze. Steady, unwavering. I know, and I still want to go. Quote, that was when Tsunade smiled, not as Hokage, but as a master proud of her student. Then go, and don't come back with regrets. Field lesson, the weight of real medicine. The mission was brutal. The team rushed at top speed, crossing the terrain for hours until they found the fallen squad, barely conscious, paralyzed by a venom that seeped into the bloodstream like ink through water. Even Sakura paled. This is advanced. Not even I've treated a neurotoxin-based paralysis like this. Then we start together, Naruto said softly, already kneeling beside the squad captain. Sakura was about to direct, but she paused. Naruto wasn't hesitating. There was no panic in his eyes. Just focus. His hand hovered over the man's chest, glowing blue-green. His chakra wasn't erratic. It was calm, like water. Sakura tried to speak. Words wouldn't come. Kakashi watched from nearby, one hand on his mask. Eyes narrowed not in pain, but wonder. Naruto began draining the toxin slowly, infusing fresh chakra into the bloodstream, halting the nerve decay. Sakura followed his pace, mirroring the technique, and together, they stabilized the entire squad with time to spare. Why you saved us, one shinobi whispered. No, Naruto replied with a tired grin. We did. Me and Sakura-chan. Kakashi put a hand on Naruto's head. You've come a long way, Naruto. And not just as a shinobi. The old Naruto would have shouted, danced, or flexed about the accomplishment. This Naruto simply smiled and said, I finally get it. A hero doesn't need to be the strongest. Just someone who refuses to let others fall. The Leaf's hero gains a new title. Back in Konoha, Naruto wasn't just greeted as a hero anymore, but as something just as rare. A combat healer. No way. Naruto Uzumaki. Yeah, they say he healed a squad on the brink of death in less than 10 minutes. Does that mean he's going to be Hokage and Surgeon General? Naruto tried not to blush as villagers spoke around him. He'd always wanted recognition, but this felt different. This wasn't about showing off. It was about being needed. And that feeling was new. Tsunde's final test, beyond healing. One day, Tsunade called Naruto and Sakura to the Hokage's office. You've both made great strides. But there is one last test. A technique I want you both to attempt. She opened a hidden scroll, one that was sealed in blood and time itself. The strength of 100 seal, Sakura said, eyes widening. Naruto looked confused. What's that? A jutsu that stores excess chakra over years, for a single release. It gives a healer limitless power on the battlefield. It makes you a walking miracle. Tsunade pointed at Naruto. And you, Naruto, have more chakra than any healer has ever dreamed of. If you learn to master it, you could change the fate of any battle. Any ally, any war. Sakura smiled, standing beside him. We can train for it together. Like always. Naruto nodded. Together, they walked into the training fields, both carrying scrolls of forbidden healing arts, and the weight of a new destiny. Not as destroyers, not just as fighters, but as protectors. 2 months passed since Naruto and Sakura's mission to the Land of Rivers. 2 months since Naruto had saved lives with chakra instead of kunai. But every night, Naruto woke trembling. Not from fear of the enemy. Not from nightmares of the 9 tails. But from the terrifying responsibility of holding another person's life in his hands. A fighter could end a life. A healer could save one. But what if he failed? Those thoughts tormented him during endless nights of chakra training. Hands trembling as he practiced delicate manipulations. Blue-green chakra flickering like a candle in harsh wind. He could destroy mountains with his raw chakra. But healing required him to be at peace with himself. He wasn't there yet. But something powerful was coming that would force him to choose. Between saving a village, or saving a friend. Fire Konoha under threat. It began with a motion in the wind, a subtle shift in air pressure that masked the arrival of a small black scroll in the hands of a hooded tracker. A new threat was rising. A rogue medical faction known as the Red Sutures had banded together, exiled medics from the Mist, Stone, and Cloud villages who believed the old way of healing was obsolete. They were experimenting on clone bodies, reviving corpses, rewriting the rules of chakra science to bring an end to traditional medical power. Their leader was a former ninja surgeon from Kirigakure rumored to be twice as intelligent as Orochimaru, but with none of his restraint. The goal, greater than, to eliminate all weakness from the human body and create shinobi who do not bleed, do not die, and do not feel. Reports suggested they were coming for one of Tsunade's prodigies, someone capable of harnessing both destructive and restorative chakra on a scale that could rewrite the balance of medical chakra worldwide. And there were only two such prodigies in Konoha. Naruto Uzumaki and Sakura Haruno. Shot the Red Suture's strike. The attack came on a moonless night. Silent, surgical, precise. Dozens of Red Suture sleeper agents infiltrated Konoha's hospital, not to attack head-on, but to infect the medic nin, paralyze the staff, and stage a kidnapping. For the healer of their choosing. Sakura. When Tsunade broke through the sealed hospital corridors, she found bodies frozen in mid-motion, not dead, but suspended with a poison that froze chakra into stasis. Even the Anbu couldn't nullify it. Only one person in Konoha was immune. Naruto. The poison didn't work on him. His chakra was too volatile, too dense, his connection to Kurama too intense. The toxins broke down inside him before they ever reached his bloodstream. The intruders saw this, and they fled, not with their intended captive, but with 3 of Konoha's elite medics. Naruto and Sakura both stood in horror, gazing upon Tsunade, who looked no longer angry, but shaken. "This isn't a war of blades," she said. "This is a war of minds." Pill healing the unhealable. The survivors from the hospital attack were dying, not from poison, but a chakra infection that spread through the body like fire. Even Tsunade couldn't stop it. Naruto watched Sakura struggle beside him, hands shaking as she tried to stabilize a 13-year-old genin whose heartbeat was fading by the second. She couldn't heal him. Her chakra wasn't syncing with his. The infection was spreading too fast. Sakura clenched her teeth. Tears streamed down her face. No, not again. I won't lose another one. Naruto stepped forward silently. His hands started glowing, not blue-green now, but gold. A new color, a new feeling. He placed his chakra on the child's chest and spoke softly. "Your chakra's scared, so mine is gonna remind it it's not alone." His chakra didn't force the child's healing. It invited it to return. Like a lullaby for the soul. Sakura watched breathlessly. "I've never seen chakra comfort someone like that," she whispered. Tsunade looked at Sakura. "He's not just learning healing, Sakura. He's rewriting it. Cyclone finding the heart of healing." That night, in the silent halls of the medical ward, Naruto slumped onto a bench, eyes burning from exhaustion. He'd saved 4 people from stasis poisoning, using a technique Tsunade hadn't even thought possible. But it wasn't a technique he had learned from a scroll. It was instinct, feeling someone's fear, touching it with warmth, and reminding it of life. Naruto began to understand. Medical ninjutsu wasn't just techniques with chakra. It was connection. Maybe that's why he'd always felt so strongly when protecting others. Maybe healing was just another form of never giving up. Sparkled Sakura's realization. After watching Naruto heal, Sakura couldn't sleep. For years, she'd thought she knew what Naruto was becoming, the strongest fighter, the loudest hero, the force of nature who would someday face every enemy head-on. But here he was now, sitting in the dark, hand glowing over a dying shinobi, face soft, eyes focused, healing with a gentleness she never imagined from him. She whispered aloud, more to herself than anyone. He really could become the greatest healer who ever lived. A healer who could change the course of war. A healer who could save enemies as easily as allies. A healer who wasn't afraid to use pain to create peace. Naruto was no longer walking the path of a normal ninja. He was walking the path of a miracle. Shield the strongest shield. The next few days were chaos. The Red Sutures sent a message. Greater than, send us Naruto Uzumaki or watch hundreds die. Konoha refused. Tsunade assembled a strike team, not to rescue the captives, but to end the threat. Naruto was assigned to join the team, not as a fighter, but as its medical anchor. When Sakura heard the announcement, she expected him to be thrilled. But Naruto was quiet. He didn't want to heal just to keep fighting. He wanted to heal so fighting wouldn't be necessary. But when he saw Sakura preparing her gear, steeling herself for a war she didn't want to face, something inside him lit with fire. He walked up beside her, voice steady. "I'm not going because I want to fight. I'm going because if someone gets hurt, I'm not letting them die." That was when Sakura finally understood. Naruto never wanted to be a healer who stood behind the battle. He wanted to be the shield that walked into the storm first. Fire. End of Part 1. Healer of Fire. Naruto hadn't mastered the strength of 100 seal yet. He hadn't reached the peak of medical ninjutsu. He was still unpredictable, still too raw, still growing. But he had crossed a line. He was no longer just a shinobi. He was becoming something more rare, more dangerous, and more beautiful. Greater than a healer with the heart of a fighter with the soul of a healer, a shinobi who could end battles by saving the people who fought them. And as the strike team set off to face the Red Sutures, Naruto felt a new kind of resolve burning inside him. Not to win, not to destroy, but to save everyone he could, even if it meant putting his life on the line. As Naruto continued his journey into the world of medical ninjutsu under Tsunade's guidance, he realized just how much he didn't know about the human body, how fragile and complex it was, yet how incredible in its potential to heal. He wasn't alone on this path. Alongside him was Sakura Haruno, now a skilled healer and prodigy in her own right. Though his usual learning style was hands-on and impulsive, this time, Naruto forced himself to be patient, focused, and precise. He had to. After all, the lives of his comrades could depend on it someday. The first test of resolve. Naruto wasn't one to back down from a challenge, but studying scrolls upon scrolls of medical diagrams and chakra systems drained even his bottomless energy. Yet every time he felt like collapsing face first into his books, he'd hear Sakura's voice. Greater than, come on Naruto, you can't expect to memorize the entire chakra network in a day. It's like learning every street in the Leaf Village. One at a time. Naruto nodded, pretending not to care, though deep inside he admired her precision, dedication, and confidence. He had always respected Sakura's strength, but now he saw a different kind of bravery in her, the willingness to shoulder the pain of others, to dive into the battlefield. To save instead of to destroy. And Naruto wanted to stand by her side, not just as a fighter, but as a healer. Understanding the healer's mission. Tsunade had a unique way of teaching. While Sakura mastered the written techniques with ease, Naruto had to feel it, literally. His lessons often ended with bruised fingers and throbbing headaches as he practiced fine chakra control. Naruto stumbled through every task that demanded delicacy, especially something like the mystical palm technique. But his breakthrough came when Tsunade took him to the hospital ward for field training. Greater than, a shinobi isn't just a weapon, Tsunade told him, watching Naruto treat a wounded Chunin. A medical ninja sees what others overlook. Your job is not to end a life, it's to preserve it. The pressure was immense. As Naruto's hands hovered over the Chunin's wound, sweat dripped down his face. His chakra flickered, wild, unstable, but then he remembered. This wasn't just about jutsu. This was about protecting someone who trusted him. And slowly, beneath his hands, the wound began to close. A new kind of strength. Naruto had always seen strength as a tool, to fight, to protect, to overcome. But medical ninjutsu introduced him to a new form of power. The power to restore hope where there was despair. For the first time, Naruto and Sakura began to train together consistently. The two of them spent long nights in the dim hospital training rooms, Sakura patiently guiding his hands, helping him channel precise chakra flow, correcting his stance, his breathing. Greater than, it's not about how much chakra you have, she told him one night. It's about control. Use only what's needed. The smallest thread can do more than the biggest blast. Quote, Naruto grinned. Greater than, hey, guess I gotta unlearn a lot, huh? But he did it. Day by day, Naruto learned to quiet his overwhelming energy and refine it into healing. He started mastering all the basics, detoxification techniques, stabilization, emergency healing, and Sakura couldn't help but feel proud. A mission unlike any other. Soon enough, Naruto and Sakura received their first real medical mission together. Deep in the land of rivers, a mysterious epidemic was spreading among wandering shinobi and innocent civilians alike. A dangerous poison was ravaging the village silently, unseen and indiscriminate. Tsunade sent them with a team of experienced medics. The goal: identify, neutralize, and cure the poison. It was no ordinary mission. This time, combat was not the focus. They had to battle against something that couldn't be punched or kicked away. As they arrived, Naruto was shocked at the sight. So many sick, so many suffering in silence, all of them waiting for hope. It was there that Naruto truly understood the weight Tsunade had been preparing him to bear. In those moments, Naruto wasn't just a loudmouth ninja with a dream. He was a guardian of life itself. And as he placed his glowing hands over the chest of a dying child, Naruto vowed silently. Greater than, someday, I'll be both, the strongest ninja and the one who can save everyone I care about. Night had fallen over the land of rivers like a suffocating blanket of dread. The once busy riverside market, known for its bright lanterns and the vendor calls of fishermen and traders, was silent. All that remained were the soft groans of the afflicted inside the makeshift medical camps, and the steady tapping of Sakura's supplies as Naruto sifted through them with growing determination. Naruto Uzumaki, the unpredictable ninja of Konoha, hadn't slept for nearly 2 days. He gritted his teeth, examining the patient in front of him, a young mother whose fever had spiked to dangerous levels. "Damn it," Naruto muttered, placing a hand on her wrist. Her pulse was erratic, too fast, her breathing shallow. She was stable an hour ago. Sakura didn't look up from the purification seal she was reconstructing on the wooden floor nearby. Her voice was tight, but steady. "Naruto, you've got to adjust the chakra pulse evenly. It's not how much chakra you give, but how consistent it is." "But I don't get it, Sakura-chan." Naruto shot back. "How can this help? I want to fight the disease directly. Destroy it." Sakura sighed, closing her eyes. "You can't punch a bacteria, Naruto." They both knew that wasn't the real issue, it was the feeling of helplessness, and for Naruto, that feeling cut deeper than any kunai ever could. Shot learning the cost of saving lives. For Naruto, every loss wasn't just a medical failure. It was personal. He stayed at the bedside of every patient, holding their hands, talking to them even when they drifted in and out of fever dreams. He learned the names. He listened to their fears. He made promises. And now, he was terrified of breaking them. Sakura could see it too. The more Naruto learned, the more driven he became, the more fragile his heart seemed to grow. And yet, when his chakra actually worked, patients responded. His warmth and raw chakra power soothed them in ways Sakura couldn't explain, even with all her training. It was like Naruto's very presence was medicinal. Even Tsunade, watching through her crystal ball in the Hokage's office, couldn't suppress a faint smile. "He's a force of nature," she murmured. "A storm healing instead of destroying." But Tsunade wasn't smiling about everything. There were whispers, a rogue group moving through the borders of the land of rivers. A group known for harnessing forbidden medical techniques, even reanimation. And they seemed to be drawn to Naruto's chakra. Cloud with rain. The storm breaks. On the afternoon of the 3rd day, the smell of rain pressed against the clouds overhead. Fat droplets splattered onto the canvas roofs of the medic tents. Inside, the medical team looked up from their patients as Kiba Inuzuka burst through the flap with Akamaru by his side. Both soaked, both furious. "Naruto, Sakura, we've got a problem." Naruto, exhausted but alert, grabbed his pouch. "What's going on?" Kiba growled through clenched teeth. "Scouts on the perimeter tracked movement in the forest. Cloaked figures. They're not sick, not villagers. And get this, they're collecting blood from the dead." Sakura's eyes widened. "You mean, they're harvesting samples from the disease victims?" Before Kiba could answer, a scream pierced the air outside. Followed by another. By the time the trio sprinted out, several villages lay collapsed. The skin wasn't just cold, it was starting to turn gray in patches. Naruto felt his stomach drop. "That's not the plague," Sakura whispered. "No," Naruto muttered, fists tightening. "This is something else." That's when everything changed. Because in front of them, stepping out from the tree line, was a figure wearing a scratched-out headband, holding a glass container full of still warm human blood. The rogue medic's grin was hollow, his eyes sunken from lack of sleep or sanity. Well, the 9-tailed Jinchuriki. I thought the rumors were exaggerated." He lifted the vial. "But now I see why they want you. Naruto's eyes narrowed. Who are you? Someone who understands true power, boy. Power built not through chakra control or skill, but through how many bodies you can afford to lose. Something in Naruto snapped, because in that moment, he understood, this wasn't just about healing techniques anymore. This wasn't just about learning chakra control or medical diagnosis. This was about protecting life, at all costs. Naruto's eyes flashed with burning light, the orange hue of his nine tails chakra emerging instinctively as he raised a hand. Then you're not leaving here. Because I've made a promise, and I'm not letting anyone else die. Quote, Cyclone, the birth of a new kind of ninja. Naruto didn't know how he did it. But suddenly, as the rogue medic launched forward with a sealed kunai crackling with a foul-looking black chakra, Naruto instinctively slammed his hands together in a defensive formation he'd only recently practiced in. Theory. Sakura-chan. The chakra barrier seal. Before Sakura could stop him, Naruto infused his chakra into the ground, the earth lighting up beneath him in glowing green lines. A dome of transparent force erupted around them, raw, unstable, but strong. The enemy's blade scraped against the shield and cracked it, but held. Naruto gasped. It worked, it actually worked. Sakura's heart stopped. She'd read about Tsunade emergency barrier seals, but they usually required 3 medic nin to activate. Naruto had done it in 3 seconds. By himself. The rogue medic's eye twitched. Impossible. You're not trained for this. You're just a vessel. Naruto stepped forward inside his glowing dome, eyes blazing. Maybe, but I'm still Naruto Uzumaki, and I'll never let a comrade die while I'm standing. You want to use my chakra for experiments. The dome shattered as Naruto burst through it, fist clenched. Then let me show you what happens when you use strength to protect life, not destroy it. Quote, with a roar, he charged. He wasn't a killer. He wasn't a genius doctor. Not yet, but in that moment, Naruto wasn't just a shinobi. He was a healer, a warrior for life, a medical ninja with the heart of a storm. Naruto and Sakura are on a medical mission in the land of rivers when they discover a rogue faction collecting blood from plague victims to create forbidden medical jutsu. During a confrontation, Naruto instinctively activates a powerful chakra barrier to protect the villagers, showing a new side of strength, born from compassion, precision, and resolve. Stethoscope Part 1 continued, the will to heal, the power to fight. The rogue medic ninja staggered back, stunned by the energy radiating off Naruto. You really are something, Uzumaki. Naruto stood in front of Sakura, fists trembling, not out of fear, but fury. His heart was pounding like a war drum. This wasn't like fighting Zabuza or facing Gaara at the Chunin exams. This time, he wasn't fighting to survive. He was fighting to save. The rogue wiped a smear of blood off his chin. You think your will is enough to stand against the progress of science? Without sacrifices, there is no evolution. Quote, Naruto growled, chakra crackling in a vibrant orange halo. Then find another sacrifice, because nobody here is dying. The rogue medic smirked, revealing chakra scalpels hidden beneath his sleeves. That resolve, let's see how long it lasts. Quote, suddenly, he dashed forward, with speed rivaling even Kakashi. High voltage clash, chakra versus scalpel. Naruto threw a punch infused with chakra, but the rogue slipped under it, slashing in a precise arc. A faint cut appeared on Naruto's cheek, sharp, thin, almost surgical. Damn it, he's fast. Naruto grunted. He's using chakra scalpels. Sakura yelled from behind. Be careful, Naruto. They can slice through skin, nerves, even organs, without leaving much visible damage. Quote, oh, great, and I thought the Rasengan was scary enough. Naruto jumped back, hands flying into a seal as he slammed his palm into the earth. Greater than, earth-style, mud wall. A wall of compacted earth shot up just in time. The rogue's scalpel buried halfway through it before stopping. The rogue clicked his tongue. You can use earth-style too. Nah, Naruto grinned, but I've been training with Sakura-chan. Turns out there's a lot you can learn when you stop thinking everything can be punched to death. Quote, Sakura blinked but couldn't suppress a smirk. Naruto had been absorbing her lessons more than she realized. Crescent Moon the silent puppeteer. The rogue began laughing, crooked and unhinged. You still don't get it, do you? He said, raising a hand. A strange black seal appeared on his arm, pulsing with chakra. This plague you're fighting, did you think it was natural? Sakura's eyes widened. You created it. The rogue tilted his head. Not created, perfected. The sickness was already there in the wild. We simply weaponized it. Do you know how many villages we've watched fall? How many bodies have been harvested for jutsu prototypes? Quote, Naruto's blood ran cold. You made this happen. All these people, the kids, families. He clenched his fists, teeth grinding. That rage, the old, fiery, reckless Naruto, threatened to surge. But Sakura's words came back to him. A medical ninja must stay calm. Because one mistake could cost a life. Naruto's fists relaxed. His breathing deepened. He remembered why he'd stayed awake 3 days healing villages. Not as a ninja, as a healer. He looked at the rogue, eyes clear with will. I'm gonna stop you, not just with strength, but with heart. Small diamond Sakura steps forward. The rogue took a step, but stopped, because the ground beneath his feet suddenly cracked. Sakura stood in front of Naruto now, fist dug into the earth, chakra pulsing like a heartbeat. Her voice was like ice. You used those people for experiments. For power. You made us work day and night to clean up your mess. Quote, she wiped a tear off her face. This is personal. She shattered the ground beneath the rogue, forcing him into the air. Suddenly, Naruto appeared above him, already forming a shadow clone-assisted Rasengan. But this wasn't the usual blue spiral. It was glowing green. Sakura gasped. He'd infused it with medical chakra. Greater than chakra scalpel, Rasengan fusion. Naruto roared. The rogue stared in disbelief. That's impossible. You can't combine healing chakra with raw force. You said medical ninjutsu can't fight. Naruto grinned. Guess you underestimated how stubborn I am. He slammed the Rasengan into the rogue's torso, slicing through without fatal intention, cutting the rogue's chakra channels just enough to immobilize him. The explosion of force sent both crashing into the mud below. Brain strategy of a medical ninja. By the time the rogue medic groaned and tried to move, Sakura was already kneeling beside him, glowing green chakra at her fingertips. You immobilized him without letting your jutsu rupture any organs, Naruto, Sakura whispered. Naruto scratched his head. Hey, I remembered when you said healing chakra is just chakra control, right? So I kinda added it to the Rasengan at the last second. Sakura found herself speechless. He'd learned something in days that had taken her months. Healing and attack, balanced, she murmured. Naruto grinned sheepishly. Guess I'm pretty good at this medical thing, huh? Sakura looked at him, and for the first time, she didn't see just a loudmouth ninja or a knucklehead brat. She saw a comrade, a healer, a partner. Speech balloon aftermath of battle. The remaining members of the rogue faction were rounded up by the Konoha reinforcements who arrived shortly after. Sakura tended to the injured. Naruto created chakra-infused blankets for those still battling the sickness. But when night fell, both of them collapsed on a hill overlooking the village, too exhausted to move a muscle. The stars were bright, reflecting in a calm river that had seen far too much pain. They lay there in silence for a long time. Finally, Naruto broke it softly. Sakura-chan, was I good enough today? Sakura smiled, eyes closed. You were more than good. You were a medical ninja. Naruto's breath caught. Those words meant more to him than the title of Hokage ever had. Leaf in Wind end of Part 1. Greater than Part 2 preview. Naruto and Sakura return to Konoha and are commended by Tsunade. Naruto develops a new medic ninja-inspired jutsu. A mysterious threat emerges tied to the rogue group's experiments. Naruto begins to understand that not all battles are won by brute strength, but by the will to heal what others have broken. The night air was cool and still. The stars hung like distant promises, glittering faintly over the recovering village. Naruto and Sakura lay in perfect silence, side by side. The village lights flickered dimly below, a reminder of how close death had come, and how hard they fought to keep life from slipping away. Naruto's eyes stayed fixed on the sky, as though trying to make sense of the universe itself. "Hey, Sakura-chan," he said quietly. Sakura's voice was soft, nearly a whisper. "Do you ever think about the past, and wonder how different it could have been if someone had just helped us sooner?" Quote. Sakura opened her eyes. Naruto sounded different. Quieter. Older. Like a child who had known pain too early, and fought too long to forget it. "I mean," he continued, staring at his hands, "I grew up, completely alone. People hated me, feared me. I didn't even know why. They never told me about the 9 tails." Sakura turned her head, staring at him with emotion in her eyes. "And you still wanted to help them," she said. "Even when they didn't deserve it." Naruto chuckled. "Hey, I guess, I just didn't want anyone else to feel like I did." Sakura didn't speak at first. But then, like chakra finding a connection, she said softly. "That's what makes you strong, Naruto. Not your shadow clones. Not the Rasengan. Not even Kurama." She paused. "It's your heart. You feel everything. You carry everyone. And instead of letting that break you, it becomes your strength." Quote. Naruto blinked. Those words hit him deeper than any Rasengan ever had. Tsunade Shushu said there are 2 kinds of strength, Sakura added, turning to face him. "One builds walls against pain. The other opens the heart and heals through it." Quote. She looked at him, quiet fire in her gaze. "You're the second kind, Naruto." He stared at her, stunned. No one had ever understood him like this. Not even Jiraiya. Not even Iruka. And in that moment, under the quiet stars, Naruto realized something that left a quiet ache in his chest. He wasn't alone anymore. Not truly. Not ever again. Herb back in Konoha, Tsunade's shock. A few days later, Naruto and Sakura arrived back in Konoha. The journey had been calming, filled with talks about new jutsu ideas, medical theories, and even small laughter Naruto had rarely shared with her Naione. But the biggest surprise came when Tsunade reviewed the mission files. "You mean to tell me," Tsunade said, staring at him from behind her desk, "that Naruto used a medical chakra-infused Rasengan to sever the rogue leader's chakra network without damaging any vital organs?" Quote. Naruto grinned like he'd stolen from the Hokage's fridge. "Pretty cool, right?" Tsunade looked at Sakura. "And you let him do it?" Sakura shrugged with pride. "He calculated the chakra output perfectly. He's actually got great fine control, if he focuses." Naruto tapped his forehead. "Turns out training isn't all about punching harder." "Who knew?" Tsunade leaned back in her chair. Quote. Sakura. "From now on, Naruto is your official medical ninjutsu partner. I want his training expedited." Naruto blinked. "Official partner." Sakura's cheeks warmed. But, Lady Tsunade, that's extremely advanced work. His theory knowledge is still. He made a fusion jutsu that rivals Kabuto, Sakura, Tsunade cut in. "That kind of instinct can't be taught. It should be supported." She looked at Naruto, eyes softer than usual. "You're something special, kid. Not because of the 9 tails. Not because of fate, but because you fight hardest for the lives of others." Quote. A quiet, stunned silence hung in the office. Naruto stood frozen. Then he gave a goofy half grin. "Hey, if Granny Tsunade believes in me, then I really can do this." Tsunade smirked. "Don't get cocky. You're still useless at poisons and diagnostics." Naruto pouted. "Hey, I'm getting better at that. You mixed water with paralysis toxin and called it chakra tea," Tsunade deadpanned. Naruto froze. Sakura sighed. "That's why we don't let him label anything. Cyclone a new kind of training." Over the next weeks, Naruto trained harder than ever, with Sakura as his guide. They practiced everything from chakra stitching, to organ mapping, to toxin extraction. Naruto moaned, groaned, even faceplanted sometimes, but he never gave up. And then, something amazing happened. One afternoon, while treating a Chunin with a fractured spine, Naruto sensed the damage, without being told where it was. His chakra went instinctively to the right spot. It flowed like memory, like breath. The room fell silent. "Naruto," Sakura said slowly. You just detected spinal nerve damage by touch. Naruto's eyes widened. Wait, I did. I didn't even. That's instinct. Tsunde's voice came from the doorway. She watched him with eyes full of something rare. Pride. You're not imitating techniques anymore, she said. You're becoming a healer. Naruto's throat tightened. Something in him bloomed. Deep, quiet, powerful. And Sakura felt it too. This wasn't just training. This was growth, connection, evolution. Fog, but the shadows weren't gone. Even with their mission complete, something still haunted Naruto's thoughts. That rogue medic, the plague, the experiments. Why go that far? Naruto asked one evening, staring out over the Hokage monument. Why hurt so many innocent people, just to make some strong jutsu? Sakura stood beside him, arms folded. Power without purpose breeds madness, she said. But power used to protect, that's what separates healers from destroyers. Quote. Naruto closed his eyes. I don't wanna be like that guy. I don't wanna hurt anyone to get stronger. Sakura looked at him, gentle, understanding. You're the kind of person who gets stronger because you refuse to hurt people. Quote. She smiled. That's what makes you Naruto. Naruto's heart thumped, steady and sure. Sakura's trust meant more to him than any rank or title. And in a way, he realized something new. This path, this medical path, wasn't something he was following. It was something he was choosing. Naruto had always craved acknowledgement. The villagers' smiles, his comrades' trust, and deep down, the respect of the people who used to turn away in fear. But this was something else entirely. Saving lives had changed him. Not just in strength, but in purpose. Even in stillness, Naruto could feel the difference. Before, he wanted to become Hokage so no one would ignore him again. Now, he wanted to be Hokage so no one ever suffered alone again. That difference was everything. Seedling Tsunde's test, the heart of a healer. A week after their return, Tsunde called Naruto and Sakura into the hospital training wing. Tables were arranged with injured dummies, simplified models designed to test chakra flow and medical precision. Today, Tsunde said, crossing her arms, you're going to recreate the Rasengan you used in the Land of Rivers. Naruto blinked. But I already. Tsunde raised a hand sharply. This time, you won't have clones to help. And you'll be controlling the balance between offensive and medical chakra at full precision. Naruto swallowed. That meant no shortcuts. Sakura stepped beside him, calm and focused. I'll monitor your chakra levels. The target is to destroy the outer shell, without damaging the core structure. Naruto nodded, eyes narrowed in determination. He formed the Rasengan. The swirling blue sphere lit up the room, but then, slowly, it started glowing green from within. Sakura's eyes went wide. He's doing it, he's really doing it on instinct alone. But then, crack, the chakra fluctuated violently. The Rasengan burst apart, exploding green and blue chakra across the room. Naruto staggered backward, panting. A few singed medical charts floated to the floor. Damn it, he muttered. I can't get it to stabilize. Sakura looked at him, and didn't see failure. She saw growth. You did stabilize it, she said. Long enough to form the structure. What you're trying to do is insanely advanced. Naruto looked up, determination returning like fire. I don't care how hard it is. Every second I'm not improving, someone might be dying because I'm not ready yet. Quote. Sakura stared at him, moved beyond words. This wasn't the loud, impatient boy who used to rush into fights without thinking. This was Naruto Uzumaki, the protector of life. And it showed. Collision battle without blades. Just when Naruto was about to attempt the fusion Rasengan again, the hospital shook, dust falling from the ceiling. A loud, distant boom echoed through the village. Tsunde's eyes sharpened. That came from the South District. Move. Naruto and Sakura jumped into action, no hesitation, no fear. The streets were chaos, shouts, smoke, civilians running. Shinobi were clashing with masked attackers who bore the insignia of a rogue medical corps, the same one from the Land of Rivers. One masked figure stabbed a Jonin in the side with a toxin needle, and that's when Naruto moved. Flash. He was there before the Jonin hit the ground. Don't move. Naruto shouted, placing glowing chakra against the poisoned area, extracting and neutralizing the toxin before it could spread. His hands shook, but didn't stop. Sakura came right behind him, sealing the wound with expert control. The Jonin gasped, alive. Naruto wasn't just helping Sakura heal. He was saving people on instinct, faster, more precise, more human than ever before. This wasn't just a fight. This was a battlefield clinic, and Naruto was its guardian. Quarter moon, the rogue commander appears. Then he showed up, a towering man in a black cloak with a surgeon's mask and glowing red eyes. He moved with the fluid grace of a man who'd once been a Konoha Anbu, before abandoning every moral to pursue forbidden medical power. You're quite the anomaly, Naruto Uzumaki, he said calmly through the mask. A boy born with a god inside him, yet still chasing the fragility of human life. Naruto glared. I know your chakra. You're one of the ones who escaped the village when Tsunade banned experimental jutsu. Quote, yes, the man replied. And we found something far greater than this village's small dreams could ever offer. He raised a hand. Absolute control over life and death. Chakra strings shot out at Naruto and Sakura, thin, invisible, deadly. Naruto's eyes widened, but Sakura reacted first. She slammed her palm into the ground, sending a chakra pulse straight into Naruto's back, and their chakra synced. Naruto's mind flashed. Scale mapping, muscle tension, flow paths, all the knowledge Sakura had been drilling into him. I got it, Naruto shouted, spinning around and grabbing the chakra strings mid-air, snapping them with a twist of medical chakra. The masked man's eyes flashed. You can cut chakra ties. You've mastered chakra dissection. Naruto pointed a finger at him, chakra scalpel humming at the tip. Yeah, and I'll use it to cut you out of this village for good. Quote, Crossed swords, the medical ninjutsu showdown begins. The masked rogue leapt back, slamming his palm into the ground. A massive chakra golem formed from the dirt, held together not by seals, but animated by sacrificed blood cells. A grotesque, pulsing form. Naruto and Sakura stood together. You take the body, Sakura said. I'll disrupt the chakra heart, Naruto nodded. They moved like they'd trained together for years. Sakura punched through the dirt armor, shattering the shell. Naruto used chakra sensing to locate the golem's energy center, and sent a thread of blue-green Rasengan into it, severing the chakra link instantly. The golem collapsed, lifeless. The rogue staggered back. Impossible, you haven't even completed training, but you two already fight with Tsunade synergy. Naruto took a step forward. We're not just training, we believe in each other. Sakura stood beside him, eyes shining with unshakable trust. Tornado, the enemy escapes. The rogue backed away, a bitter smile behind the mask. You're impressive, both of you. But you're still missing the most important truth. Naruto clenched his fists. What truth? Quote, you can't save everyone. He threw down a smoke bomb, vanishing in a burst of purple smog. Naruto ran forward, ready to chase, but Sakura grabbed his wrist. It's a trap. He releases poison on exit. Chasing him blind will only get you killed. Naruto breathed hard, anger bubbling. He hated seeing enemies get away. But then, he looked at Sakura. He nodded. You're right, I'll get him next time. Smarter, stronger. Sakura smiled softly. That's what a healer does. Protects the living before avenging the wrong. Naruto's breathing slowed. He felt grounded, centered. He whispered, almost to himself. Then I'll do both. Quote, Hospital, the aftermath, a new resolve. Hours later, the injured was stabilized, the streets cleared, and Tsunade announced a formal village alert. Naruto and Sakura walked back in the moonlight, quiet, exhausted, but bonded stronger than ever. Hey, Sakura-chan, Naruto said. Yeah, I think I know what I want to do now. She turned, curious. Naruto looked at his hands, still glowing faintly green from late-night healing. I want to be a Hokage who doesn't just protect the village. I want to be a Hokage who heals it. Sakura felt something swell in her chest, pride, hope, something more. That's not the dream of a brat with hero fantasies, she whispered. That's the dream of someone who understands life. Quote, Naruto grinned, sunrise in his eyes. Guess I'm finally growing up, huh? Sakura smiled back. Yeah, Naruto, you really are. Naruto looked down at his hands, now glowing faintly with healing chakra, green threads of energy that pulsed gently over Sakura's arm. She smiled, proud but still trying to hide the fatigue that pulled at her expression. You've really come far, Naruto, she said softly. Most people can't grasp medical ninjutsu this fast, even if it's just the basics. Quote, Naruto grinned, not his usual wild grin, but a calmer, more mature one. I just didn't want to stay useless anymore. If I can protect, heal, and fight, I can be better than just some knucklehead ninja who charges in. Quote, Sakura felt her heart warm. The village still hadn't realized it, but Naruto was becoming something no one had expected. A ninja who could heal with the same resolve he fought with. Tsunade, watching silently from a distance, nodded to herself. There's hope in these two. Strong hope. But as the night wind rolled in, another masked figure in the woods watched too, hidden and interested. Medical ninjutsu and chakra control of this caliber, even the Nine-Tails boy. The voice whispered, very interesting. This could change things. The figure vanished without another trace. Closing note for Part 1. As Naruto and Sakura walked back toward Konoha, talking and laughing like close friends and partners, one thing was clear. Their story wasn't just about strength. It was about growing together, learning from each other, and changing the future of Shinobi by rewriting what it meant to protect. This was just the beginning. Thank you.